What's up, YouTube? Trust God. Yes, trust God. So probably I flagged that RAV4 Prime was added to the fleet. Unfortunately, the main initial release video hasn't been edited yet because of some legalities with the dealer. So today we're gonna black out everything which is silver. What I'm talking about is this. Everything silver in the SUV, I'm gonna get used to calling it SUV because I call this a truck. But this is an SUV. Everything silver has to go. I'm not a fan of silver. This is the XSE Prime. Started modding it. So this, that, even the head unit. So keep watching, guys. Top of the line from Car Trim Home individually comes packed in its package. I'm gonna explain what I do before installing to have the best adherence on any of the blacking out overlays. Stay tuned, boys. We're gonna start modding a RAV4 Prime. Keep watching. So I'm gonna show you what to do every time you have an overlay or a sticker, 3M sticker. Make sure you work in the hot weather. Check my other videos. I mentioned multiple times, do not work with overlays in the cold weather. It's gonna break. So let's clean this. It's alcohol, isopropyl or alcohol, 70% or higher, doesn't matter. Just clean it well. Make sure there's no residue. We're gonna repeat this to all the silver trims all around the car, the SUV, and then we're gonna get blacked out interior. So let's get the Toyota Emblem. For the steering wheel, links are gonna be in the description. 7% off coupons at all times. And for people who watches my videos, loyal YouTube or members of my groups, they will get 10%. Read the pinned message, follow the instructions to get the 10% across the site, not limited to RAV4 or 4Runner or Mustang or anything else. Across the site, 10% off as a thank you supporting my YouTube. So let's get the Emblem and keep going. Okay, boys, so basically, and girls, basically what I use is a knife. Be patient, do not remove when peeling off. Those are the details that other YouTube creators or somebody else doesn't mention. I go through all this so that you guys don't go through it. When I mention you have to have patience, I mean it. I'm not a guy that I have patience, but when removing, do not pull it off like really fast because you're gonna mess up the trace where this sits, and then when you're sticking it, it's not gonna be flush, and then you're gonna cry about it and saying, hey, it's not flush. This is top of the line, better than OEM, whatever Toyota has, because of the material that is used. It doesn't go matte or it doesn't become cracked. So when removing, gently remove it. Do not pull, because then you're gonna have this. You see what's happening? It gets pulled from its place. So gently removing it with tracing it with a knife, and then you just go like this. Make sure that it's clean, as we mentioned. Put it centered. Do not press on it until you're satisfied and it's centered. So right now it's centered. Make sure that the bottom is centered, and once you're okay, press really well and call it a day. This is what you have, a beautiful blacked out Emblem overlay, no more chrome. Let's do this for the rest. I don't need to explain again how to do it. Basically, I'm just gonna do that one over there, which goes right here, and then this part, and then I'll show you the outcome of the old bracked out trim. I have a lot of goodies in that box. As you see, a lot of RAV4 prime and non-prime is coming. So stay tuned, enjoy the ride, and subscribe, because a lot of good new products are coming. Actually, 2 head units are coming. So let's do this, boys. So now we're gonna clean this part. It's only alcohol, guys. Make sure you clean well without leaving any residue, so that the 3M sticker sticks well. And this is what it's gonna look. That's the before, and this is the after. Always make sure it's centered before you push it in. Be gentle, have patience, so that you have the best outcome. It's 3D scanned laser cut. It is exact fitment. That's how it's gonna look. It's getting beautiful. Of course, you can clean it. Use any of your cleaners once you're done. And that's how it's gonna look. Now we're gonna move to the left side, and then the doors. Same thing. Clean well, no residue. Dry well, don't leave it wet. That's why we're using alcohol, we're not using anything else. You know how some of them, they come with a promoter? I don't use that. It ruins the plastic, and then it distorts and deteriorates the plastic, so I don't want to use that. I use alcohol because it dries up quick, and 70% is the safest. The 90% or more, or 99%, it makes it white. So now that we cleaned it well, same thing, patience, centering, and push whenever. I don't know what's this, I'll clean it later on. So it's totally centered from here as well. And now push. Keep holding it for a bit so that it adheres. Personally, I like to heat gun it again a bit, but today the weather is nice. We're like 25, 30 degrees, 25, 26 degrees Celsius. So it's gonna, when we lock the car, the SUV, it's gonna adhere well. But just to promote it well, hold it a couple of seconds and make sure that it gets stuck. Now the doors. So this is cleaned already to save time on the video. Just watch it, ladies and gents. There's a side sticker over here. So while you're putting it, open it a bit so that it doesn't grab the sides. Those are the details that I'm telling you to get a perfect match. So I open it a bit and then center it. Then while releasing, push down with your thumbs and now stick on the sides. And this is how you get a perfect fit. Now make sure it adheres, press well for a couple of seconds, call it a day. So this is the trickiest one because it's thin and you may need to have a bit more patience than the usual. Make sure that it's fully centered. Start from this side and then try to center it as much as possible. Now, I realize that because it's very thin, you may see, you see how you see over here like a trim which is not covering from top? It's either that or this from here. See how I see the silver? So I'm gonna center it in between, because right now I have this part and this part which is gonna be centered. So I'm gonna be centering it and then take my time to perfect it. So these are the most difficult to install because it's thin. The one in front, I was able to cut whatever it was showing in half, but this one, let me just retrace it back a second and explain. So you see how the double-sided tape stretches? So here is the double-sided tape, which is in the middle. So if I go center from here and then try to, as much as I can, close it, what's important is from top, so it doesn't show, trace it from top and then push it down. That's the only way you can hide the silver. From the bottom, it doesn't matter, because you can't see it from the bottom unless you bend. So the top is done, like so. It still shows from here. I don't know if the video makes it. I can still see like a hairline silver, but because I installed it, I know that's there. So take your time to perfect it, and then make sure you hide those spots. Let me continue the one in the bottom. You need to push with the thumbs. It sits well in place. Hold it for a couple of seconds as usual. And this side is done as well. So the two other sides, you know how to install it. This is, see, this is what I'm talking about. This little silver hairline, and that is because there's a groove right there which goes all the way here. I could push it while installing it, but it's gonna look the same. It's not a big deal, doesn't bother me. I don't see any silver anymore, which is, this is what I want. Not a big deal. It also protects your OEM trims. One day, if you decide to remove it, you have a brand new trim under it. So let's do the two other sides. Okay, so the doors are done. This is done. Front is done. Cup holder is done. Back doors. Now what we're left is the trim for the shifter. So if you see where the trace is, just work accordingly. So you got to put this first, the top one, then slide it all the way down. So here you go. This is my trick. Again, I cleaned it well. Let me see if, put it in neutral. Anything blocking it? What's that? Safety. Sorry for the noise, guys. So put it from the top right there. Let me put it in park. See how the edges over there? Make sure the edges are flush from the top. Make sure this goes in. This is where your parking is. And again, I have an XSE Prime, so yours may be slightly different. And then push from the top. Make sure it adheres the sides and the bottom. Clear the leather from here and then push. Keep holding on the top a couple of seconds so it adheres well. And my messenger doesn't stop. Messages, guys, use the groups. Trust me. 400 or 500 messages a day. Not that I don't want to help. I don't have the manpower to reply to 500 messages instantly. I have other admins, friends, members that will assist with your questions. And that's it, boys, for the blacked out interior. Don't forget this piece, little piece here. I hate when it happens. The door. Shut up. Okay. So this little piece, the square one, is for this right there. So if you see, it has a groove. Make sure it's the right way. Centered. Or else it's not gonna get stuck. Let me retry again. Is it this way? Yeah, so it's this way. And that's it. This is for another day, another video. Basically, I have the harnesses for the front windows, automatic windows, and I have another video coming for the harness and the lights in the back. Trust God, guys. Trust God. These exclusive lights, sensor lights, are going to be installed both ends. And some other goodies as well. So that's the RAV4 Prime XSE added to the family. There's a heated steering wheel, although it comes with a heated steering wheel, but there's a heated steering wheel that is going to be installed, which has 360 version. and not the factory version. I think I may have this as well. I'm gonna install it and finish from the blacking out. So let's recap what we did. Again, don't use this promoter. I don't use it. A lot of people do. I hate using this. I just don't use it. Here's what we did. Blackout, 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 both. Black out the door over there. This door right here. And the other two doors. Here's the final product. That's how it looks. That's the kind of SUV I want. I don't want any silver trims. I'll find the solution for these. So links are going to be in the description. 7% off at all times. People read the pinned message, follows my YouTube, subscribes, reads the pinned message, follows the instructions, get 10% off across the site forever. If you read the pinned message, contact me, you'll get 10% off forever on all Codrim Home site. Nobody has 10%. Nobody has the exclusive products and discounts that I bring. Yes, I'm a partner. Buy with confidence. I never let anybody down. You're not going to be the first. Take care. Ladies and gents, love you all. Cheers.